Hi guys, and welcome again to my channel. I'm your girl D, and indeed it is testimony time. Welcome guys. Please, before I get started, subscribe to my channel, like, comment, do the most. So I'm so excited about today's testimony, guys. It's actually, for me, it's your guys. It is something that in my Christian walk I pray that I never ever forget. And I'll tell you what it is now. It is the promises of God. Never ever forget the promises of God. You know, the Bible is filled with so many promises, that God gives us His children. These are our inheritance. But you know what gets me even more excited? It's the promises that God speaks to me specifically. In our quiet time, when you get in the closet and just have your own moment with God in prayer, on your knees, however it is that you have your quiet time with God. But those promises that God would whisper to you and me, that He would say to you, my daughter, my son, this is where I want you to go. This is where I want you to be. These are the plans that I have for you. Those are the promises that excite me more than anything in this world, I tell you guys. Now, let me tell you about today's testimony, right? So this is a testimony about a promise that God had given me. Now, I studied in Cape Town, and after studying in the health field, we have to do community service for a year. Now I was doing my final year in physiotherapy. I am excited. I'm like, woohoo! No more school, no more studying, just no more. By the time I got to final year, I couldn't pull an all-nighter anymore. I just couldn't. So I was done. I was finished. Finito. Like, I remember when we were doing our thesis, research project. We were in the library. I was with my group, and I was so tired, guys. I was so tired. I slept underneath the table in the computer labs. I was just like, hey, Bona, I guess I'll call now. I just slept right there. My group is so funny. They took pictures of me. I don't know what happened to those pictures, but guys, destroy them. Destroy those pictures. Yeah, so I was sleeping underneath the table. That's how tired I was. I was ready, guys, to leave university. Anyways, thinking about community service, I was just like, God, I do not want to leave Cape Town because, guys, I was so crazy about Cape Town. Like, Cape Town was everything for me. So I was like, God, please, I want to stay here. And as I was praying, trusting God, God was like, no, yeah, you're going to get Cape Town. Cape Town is the place for you. But if you know anything about community service placement in our country, South Africa, you know that it is so difficult to get Western Cape. It is one of the most difficult provinces to get. Do you understand? For community service. Not just like Cape Town as a city, Western Cape as a province is so difficult to get for a community service placement. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna trust God. So I applied, put all the hospitals in. All my 5 options were hospitals in the Western Cape, in Cape Town. Yeah, I'm there writing, hey, put the skill. Hey, I'm putting Kayanicha. Hey, I'm putting everything there. Hi. They respond with placements, and they're like, oh, I get winner. You are second rounded. So for those who don't know, being second rounded is like you gotta apply again. You didn't get any hospital you applied for the first time. Now, second round, apply again. But now the thing is, The hospitals that are available, my dear, are the only ones, the ones that people didn't apply for. The only hospitals that are left on the list is what you can apply for. Because now people have been placed already. Because the mere fact that you didn't get your first option is because they gave it to someone else. So at this point, I'm like, whoa. So I didn't get any of my first options. And now I'm second rounded. I have a smaller pool to look at. And on top of that, there is not even one hospital in the Western Cape on that list. So I'm like, yeah, what must can happen? I'm like, okay, right. Faith, where are you, God? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna apply for Western Cape again. Listen, those hospitals that were not even on the list, I just put them there again. Hey, nah, I'm putting there the hospitals, the ones I put on my first application, the ones that are not even there on the list for second round hospitals. Here, I apply. I'm so serious. As I apply, at that point, as I'm talking to my friends, I'm telling them my vision. Guys, please pray with me. I'm trusting God to get Western Cape. I'm getting Cape Town. God gave me a word. I will stay here. At that point, second round, people are now starting to be like, but you can come back. You can always come back. You can go to Joburg or Northwest, wherever. You can always come back. I'm like, guys, doubt now starting to come. Eventually, the list comes out of placement, everyone's names and where they are placed. For my class, I look at this list. Hey, I'm the only one who's not on the list. Me, the only one. Everyone is on the list. So and so hospital don't. So and so hospital don't. Hey, again, who said nothing? I'm the only one who's not on the list. Eventually, guys, even the results come out. I don't even know. I haven't heard anything. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know where I'm going next year. Kunjalo. Results, they're out. And guys, if you studied at med school, UCT, you know what happens when results come out. We are there. Is the dean of department. No way. He comes out, he's speaking, throws papers. We are there scrambling for papers. You're looking for your name on the paper. That's how it works. They throw papers out at you, and you have to get that paper, look for your name on the list. Yeah, I passed, and then it's a whole celebration. Anyway, celebration happens, but where am I going for my community service? That's still a question mark. Eventually, I go to our admin department at that school. I get there. There's this guy. Let me give him a name, a fake name. I get it. Temikosi. I get the Temikosi. Guys, Temikosi works at UCT. The school admin. Amazing guy. That guy, whatever you needed, I don't know how he managed to help so many students so well, because everyone has a good report when it comes to Temikosi. I'm in this situation, man. I haven't been placed. Results came out, me, dololo. I don't know where I'm going for community service. Can you help me? He checks. You applied for first round hospitals. You didn't get anything. And then you applied for the hospital again. No, you can wait forever. Even next year, you can still apply the same hospital and still not get it next year if you decide not to do ComServe and do it the other year. Please. But he was like, you know what? Let me call this lady, send her an email. Let me see what I can do. I'm like, sharp. I go back to her. Guys, Boma guys, in the morning, I wake up. I remember I was in the kitchen at Up Square. What's up? Shout out Up Square. So I'm in the kitchen, I open my phone, I check email. There's an email from Timcos, from admin. They're like, yeah, hey, Mr. Coco, congratulations, we found you a place. I'm like, what? Guys, I almost dropped on the floor. They found me a placement in the Western Cape. I don't know Kanchani, but they found me a place. Khayelitsha District Hospital. I'll never forget that hospital where I did my community service that year, 2014. Yay, guys. God is so faithful. God is so faithful. So I got a placement in the Western Cape and also in the Cape Town area because Khayelitsha, guys, Cape Town is nice. Everything is here. It's not like Joburg. Everything is here. So my life was so good, guys. I got what I wanted. I got to stay in Cape Town, and there were other amazing things that happened that year, which I'll probably tell you about next time. But just to remind you and encourage you, never give up on the promises that God gives you. Never ever give up on those promises. Believe God, believe His word, believe what He tells you. Don't go believing other things. Stand on that word. That was one word I had to stand on by myself. Everyone else was like, I want go to Joburg, and they meant well. They really did. They meant well because, like, girl, you're not placed. What must happen? But I had to stand on that word because that was the word I received from my God. It was my promise. I had to believe in this promise that God gave to me in my closet, in my prayer closet with Him, me and Him. So there are promises, let me encourage you, that you will have to believe in for yourself, by yourself, that no one else is going to believe with you. You and you alone will have to believe that God said this. God said this. You have to stand on that promise. And also, most importantly, scriptures that attest to that promise. Come on now. Let me hear an amen. So guys, before I start preaching, that was the testimony for today. Like, subscribe, share, do the most. And indeed, I will see you next time.